Hey, what's up, guys? Check this out. I have got some exciting news for you. With this album, Imiticular 2, that I'm about to drop, I am also releasing some Day One merch. Now, what's special about this Day One merch is every t-shirt purchased will go towards reforestation efforts across Zambia. That means we're going to be looking at areas that have been affected by, like rapid cutting down of trees and all that stuff, and take some of the proceeds from the t-shirts and try to plant some trees in that area. So it's only 400 kwacha. You're probably looking at the t-shirts right now. So just call that number that's on your screen and get to purchasing. And while you're still waiting on that, 9th August, we in there like swimwear, baby. Ciao,
Hi, I'm Bugsy Zimandola the Kid, your host for the Undiluted Sports Podcast. On this podcast, we'll be talking sports from hockey to rugby and athletics, boxing, and so many other sports disciplines. Be sure to tune in as we take a journey into the heart of sports from the pitch to off the pitch. So be sure to join me, Bugsy Zimandola the Kid, and Nchumunya Mwetwa as we discuss issues affecting all sports disciplines on Undiluted Sports Podcast. All right, we are back once again. We are back. It feels good to be back. This is the Undiluted Sports Podcast. I am Bugsy Zimandola the King.
And I'm Nchumunya Mwetwa.
Don't be shy. And today, our special guest, oh man, you know him as a physical coach or trainer. His name is Richard Sakala, and of course, he's the man behind the Kopa Queens Fitness. Welcome.
Thank you, Maxi.
How have you been?
Good to be here.
Great to have you. Great to have you, man. And this gentleman disappeared from us for a while.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I'm not going to say thank you. I'm here. Yeah, back
It's great you're back.
Yeah. We've been missing in action.
Yeah.
And it's good that my boy is here.
Absolutely.
After the long absence,
Mm-hmm.
we have our boy. This one is my boy.
Your boy.
Yeah.
Your boy.
Yeah, and I'm proud of him. Because when we look back where we're coming from, I was dying, dying like this, and then trying to learn the ropes and to see him be where he is today, like you introduced him, that is the man behind the Kopa Queens Fitness. I'm proud. Yeah. So if I die today, I'll die proud.
Die happy.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Good job, son.
The accolades are already flying, eh?
Yeah.
That's good. So what does it take to be a physical trainer?
Well, I think for starters, you have to be passionate about fitness. I think it's like being a chef and you don't like to cook. It doesn't make sense.
You don't need to have a bicep.
No. But you definitely have to at least look the part. But yeah, it's just the passion. The passion for fitness, the passion to help people physically as well. Yeah.
Okay. And are there courses that...
Absolutely. Fitness is a very wide industry, so dependent on what you want to venture into, there's plenty of courses out there that you could do online, universities as well, that offer these courses. Yeah.
Interesting. So let's start from the beginning now.
Right.
Who is Richard Sakala?
Well, for starters, Richard Sakala is a Zambian. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
From the
He's
eastern
Sakala.
side.
From Eastern. You've chased some rats before?
Unfortunately, no.
You've never tasted
Nah,
even?
never.
Then you are not Zambian.
Typical Lusaka guy. So yeah, I'm Chewa by tribe. My parents are Chewa and Senga. Born and bred in Lusaka, so I'm a city boy.
City boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Went
to school in Lusaka.
Went to school in Lusaka. Everything that I've done has been right here in Lusaka.
Born and bred.
Right.
Lusaka. So you'd say living Mumayardi exposed you to being in sports?
Okay, so funny story is when I was a kid, fortunate enough, I would say I had a very comfortable background. Dad used to work for the Portuguese embassy, and it was nice. Lived in long acres and
Cornflakes.
Come on. Yeah.
Conflict.
And then a little bit of a backstory is, Dad just up and went, and it was just downhill from there. I remember it was such a hard time for me as a kid because I had to adjust from, as you call it, being a Mayadi kid, and then we moved to Kalingalinga, which was very difficult. And at the time, Mom never used to work because Dad would do pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So I remember we stayed in Kalingalinga for about 3 years, and it was super hard because there was this it was a one room that she could afford. Door wouldn't lock, and you could literally see the outside, and I was just like, what's this? And I literally could not speak vernacular. Yeah. So relating with the kids was always super hard.
Are you able to speak vernacular now?
Come on now.
Yeah, so that's why I fell in love with football, because life was so hard at the time. Mom couldn't afford to provide for 3 meals, so I would only eat at night. So most of the day I'll just be playing soccer, and that was the only thing that was my safe haven, safe to say. And just from there, it was just a growing passion, because my grandfather used to, funny story, used to call me Kalusha right foot all the time.
Everyone was a Kalusha.
Everyone was a Kalusha. So I fell in love with the game, and it was just football from there.
Yeah. So, why didn't you choose to pursue playing as being trained?
Okay, so when I got into junior high school, that's when I discovered that I could sprint. It's a funny story, because I was always that kid that, I did play Chimbombo, small-sided games here and there, but I was never really exceptional like the rest of the kids. But then high school, I was chosen for the athletic team, as well as the grade 8 boys team. Okay, so I was like, okay, so I've got a speed and a little bit of skill. So from there, I was like, I could actually do this. My cousin at the time worked for Zanaco, so every weekend we would go watch Zanaco. And I remember one time, sensational. And I remember one time asking him, what does it take, for one to become a professional football player? And he said, okay, it's a lot of work. The usual cliche speech. And he said, okay, look, I'll introduce you to the youth coach, and let's see how it goes. And that's how I got the opportunity to join Young Zanaco. But because my mom was so strict on school, I could only do that right after high school. And I finished high school pretty early. My birthday is in the middle of the year, so I was 15 and 16 the year I completed my grade 12. So I had some time on my side. Started training with Young Zanaco. It started going pretty well. They liked me. Obviously. And I with practice, I just got better and better. And what does the boy do? I got into drugs.
Oh, snap.
Yep. I got into drugs, the wrong company, wrong friends. So it was the drugs, it was the drinking. So one night we're out, back in the days, it was the clubs in Northmead. Boom, boom. Boom.
Shakarak.
My cousin was driving, and so we partied. We're leaving Northmead, Great East, all the way down to Roma. There's a cross junction. He doesn't stop, and we go right through, and boom. Car arms into the left side, and that was it for me. My knee got crushed. I didn't walk for about a year. Did surgery right here at UTH. Tried getting back on the pitch. I was never the same.
Do you still have the mate to play?
Yes, I do. Yeah. So I can still play. I could run, but if it's prolonged, then excruciating pain. Yeah. So imagine.
Excruciating pain.
So right before anything could kick off, that was it for me, football-wise. Damn. And believe it or not, I just hated the game, because it's this is the one thing I wanted to do, and I was responsible for it not working out. So I just did away with soccer for a while.
Really?
Yeah, that was 2010.
And what was your plan B after giving up?
To be honest, I didn't have a plan B per se, because right after high school, because of finance, I knew I wouldn't be able to afford to go to college. So after I recovered, I quickly realized I had to start doing something to help out my mom and my 2 younger brothers. So yeah, I just started looking for work. I did all kinds of jobs, you know, from being a dishwasher, mopping. It was just like jumping from one hustle to the other without really having a plan. And I met a guy, David Stundu, shout out. He is the co-owner of a company called Fit City Zambia. So yeah, I met him at church and I just told him like, look, I'm looking for something to do. Do you have something that I could do? And he said, you know what, I might not have an opening, but just come through and let's see what we can do. And that's how I kind of became like the guy at the reception, you know, just meeting in people. They run a boot camp in the showgrounds at the Jipkana Arena. Yeah, so from there, I started learning a lot about fitness, just, you know, by observing and I just keen interest, looking it up. And we were fortunate enough a year later, after I joined, to have been contracted by Red Arrows. They wanted a fitness program every Friday. We would do it. So yeah, I just started watching and I was like, okay. It was a bit unconventional how we used to do things, but I was like, okay, I've played a bit of football before, so this is something I could do. And yeah, from there, he was getting married same year, so he would be like, okay, I'm going to leave, you have to take over. And like the big man is saying, I was like super tiny. I'm not the biggest of you, but I was like a stick. You know? And then you've got this
stick or toothpick.
You've got these players like Bronson Chama, massive, looking at you like this guy, what is he going to do? You know, but then it was such a confidence booster for me, because then I was around big players that were so professional that you give them instructions and they're doing it, and I was like, oh, okay, so I can do this, you know.
Yeah, and they can listen.
They can listen to me, you know. Then we move on, fast forward to 2017. Contract ends with Red Arrows. We start working with Lusaka Dynamos. That was, I think, for me, one of the most exciting seasons, because Lusaka Dynamos was pledging that time. They had, you know, pro players coming in from different countries. You know, we had Cletus Chama there. So same thing, you know, you're just this guy youngster, and you're training these big players, and you're like, okay, so this is happening.
You're in the thick of things now.
And highlight of that year for me was Chris Mugalu. He was our striker at the time. He gets my number and he calls me and he says, you know, I want a personal program. I don't want to only rely on our team session. And I was like, okay, cool, we can do this. So we started training, and it was more like practice, because if I were to be honest, I had no clue what I was doing. But you know, we did.
You were just armed with your confidence.
We trained that year, and he was top scorer of the season. And for me, I was like, okay, we've done this. You know, it's not recorded, but for me, that was like such an important achievement, because it was like I was a personal trainer for Zambia's top scorer for that season.
And now we have it on record.
Come on. Yeah. So, yeah, just from there, I would do personal training as well, general fitness for people that wanted to be fit and, you know, just lose weight. I had no idea that Mrs. Nyirenda, wife to Wetson Nyirenda, you know, she got my number and she said, you know, I want to do home sessions. And I go to Chalala and, you know, we're just doing this session, and who do I see driving? Wada. And, you know, you're starstruck. Yes. Oh, man, big coach, you know, and finished my session. And he calls me to the living room after our session, and he's like, you know, you were training my madam. It looks very sporty. Do you have any sports background? And so that's how I broke it down to him and stuff like that. And funny, he just looks at me and says, what do you want to do with your life? Like, I'm wondering, like,
that's wonderful. Yeah.
Why would I get such a question asked? You know? And I just tell him like, hey, I just want to make it. But I don't know how. But I just want to make it. And he laughs and he says, do you realize that there's a gap in Zambian football with regards to physical coaches? And I said, Coach, I have no idea. And he's like, yeah, have you thought of specializing and generally just becoming a fitness coach? And I say, no. So he's like, okay, sit down here. So you know what? He brings out his laptop and he starts showing me courses. He's like, look, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. And years from now, I want to see you become a physical coach. You know, forget training people. You can do more than that. So I was like, okay. I just think like, it's just Wetzel talking. Where am I gonna start from? I'm not really that connected in the game. So I got my first independent gig with Kafue Celtic. Under my big man here. I was like, would you safe to say sub trainer? A sub trainer. And yeah, it was exciting as well because you're going to Kafue Celtic, a club that's produced the Fats on Daka, so you're thinking, oh, this is big. And without realization, I was like, wow, so what's in Yorenda told me back then is actually not happening, And it was very good. First job was in the Super League.
Yeah.
Going to
good season,
playing against big clubs like Ghana, and then you're just like, wow, I'm actually doing this. And this man, being the man he is, he threw me in the deep end a couple of times when I was not ready. I remember in Ghana game, he looks at me and he says, "Mfana, ndio uzacha woma." I'm just like, you're hearing insults here. And on the Copa belt, this is funny, they used to call me diaper coach.
Diaper coach.
Literally.
Nappy coach.
Nappy coach. And this man looks at me and he's like, are you feeling something? I'm like, coach, I'm scared. And he's like, no, you're going to do good. Just do what you got to do. And I remember doing that session, and after the game, I think we lost that game.
Yes. Yeah, we lost. I think 2-1 or 2. Huh?
Should have been 2-1.
Yeah, something like that.
CEO of Nkana comes down and he says, "Hey, you're actually a very good physical coach." And for me, that was the highlight. I remember telling him, just like, yeah, you are. You should just believe it. And from there, I think it was just now more about just self-belief and worked for a couple of clubs after that.
Yeah, it was good. Like he's saying, because that time I was busy with my school in Luanshya. I was doing another course at TVTC.
Yeah.
And then, so Kafue Celtic is a team that is, I can say, professional. Yeah, in most of the areas. So they would bring in Brazilian specialists, bring in French specialists to come and help the team.
Right.
And then would get that information, that knowledge, and then it would sit with me because I was the head of the physical education department. So then I see this guy with so much potential. And I was studying psychology by then. I was now doing my diploma in psychology, and then he became my case study. So I started experimenting my psychology on him, and he like he's saying, there was a period when he got into drugs. So the time I met him, he was still not okay, and then. The mentorship program that I started that time with him is what has made me to be who I am today. So I learned a lot from him, and sometimes when I don't know if he's taken 3-4 black labels, then he calls me even in the night or at 01 he sends me a text message, and then he starts just appreciating what I've done for him. It's that's why I said he's my boy. I'm very proud to have him here and just to see what he has become. And I tell you, he's here, he's going to put it on record. I've been so tough on this guy, especially when it comes to school, to specialize. I've been tough, and I'm happy that he's doing that. Yeah. No, it's not my show, it's your show, man. Sure. I just wanted to say that I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him, and he's made me to be a person I am, because all my experiments on him, they turned out to be good, and I'm going to write a book.
Shout out to you as well. Well done.
When I was throwing him in the deep end at Incan, I look at him almost shitting his pants, this guy. So you just have to do this.
Yeah.
And it was good for him because it was going to make him or break him that time.
Right.
And thank God that everyone noticed the good works he was putting in. And from there, he was never the same. He was confident. He would do his things. Of course, we all have our weaknesses.
Right.
Yeah, and then that's why we have to be there for each other, just to the right word is each song chaya, no? The right word is just to compensate and complement. So his weaknesses must be my strength, and my strength is my strength becomes his strength as well. Yeah. So Undiluted, man.
Undiluted Sports Podcast right here at Mukango Goldfield, and we're having a great conversation with Richard Sakala, and he is one of those that has helped with putting just Zambia on the map. Zambia, we appreciate your contribution. So, but let me take you back. I know he's touched on that a little bit. After the accident, how did that put you mentally and emotionally? In what space did it put you?
Well, to be honest, I think I remember just being in such a dark space that I shut off everything. I mean, friends, family, because I just felt like, nothing is going to work out for me. I grew around till now. I only have 10 friends, so we grew up together. And then, that happens to you and your friends are going to school, abroad and stuff like that. And you just feel like, okay, I've been left behind. And nothing is working out. So it put me in such a dark space that made my addiction worse, with things I used to struggle with. It was just a completely dark space of nothing.
You just lost hope.
Lost hope completely.
Okay. And then did you have anybody that you could have run to maybe at that point? I know your friends went to school and to do other things. You blocked everybody out of your life and whatnot. Was there a person that you look back and say, I could have spoken to this person about this?
I feel I did, but I was not intentional about it. I was just like, I'm going through this. I'll handle it on my own, and this is just the way I need to go about it. But now that I look back and I'm a little older, I'm like, I did have people I could have just run to and ask for help.
How did you come out at that particular? Before I met you.
Before you met me.
The dark hole is too deep.
It gets darker when you're alone.
Yeah.
How did you get up?
So after I recovered and before I started working for Fit City, I had 1 year where, like I said, I was a dishwasher for a company that was a Mexican restaurant. So there's a guy, Shpampe Waya, he's from the Kopa Belt, but his business was right here in Osaka. So I met him and he was into martial arts. Okay, so I'll just do my thing and he'll come through, say, okay, so how's work going? Okay, what you like? We started talking from there, and then he discovered that I was very passionate about football. And being a guy from the Kopa Belt, he had played the game himself. So I said, okay, Saturday, why don't we play a Kamadala's game? And I played. It was good. I remember scoring in that game, and then I came out right at halftime because of pain. So he asked me, what's the matter? Then I broke it down to him, like, okay, this is what had happened, and this is what I have in my knee. And he said, we can fix that. We're going to start training. I was like, okay, training, what is he talking about? So every single day of work, 1 hour after we knock off, would always be doing Kung Fu. And he helped me a lot physically. And after training for a year, he made me realize that while I was working on my physical, it was actually helping my mental. And I think that's what even made me start working out and gym, because when I say I had completely given up, I wouldn't even do 10 push-ups. I was just like, I was a serious potato, a skinny potato, something like that. Because I didn't want anything to do with fitness or sport. So that to me, and shout out to him, was the beginning of me climbing out of that dark hole.
No. It is a handshake, man. It's not easy to come out from.
It's not easy.
No.
So when you started now getting back into form, started, feeling like, okay, I'm getting. Did you now break everything down to your mom?
Funny story. We've never even had this conversation with my mom. But
She's going to watch.
She is, but
But it's good.
I discovered that she was aware because this month, 2 weeks ago, she sent me a very, I don't know who's teaching her social media. she sent me like a message first on TikTok. I was like, what?
Hey, Mom.
Mom's on TikTok. She sent me a very long message after she saw one of my posts. And basically she was just happy to see what I'm doing now. And it hit me, I was like, wow, I'm actually blessed the fact that she's alive to see all this happen and see me move from what I was. Because when I talk about addiction, like I used to smoke a lot. So like I would have proper stash in the house and she would find it and ask me, and then silly enough is I would be there like saying, no, this is not what you think it is.
Wasn't like marks on the shoulder?
She, and I'm not saying this because she's my mother, but she's such an amazing person that she never made me feel bad about it. She would always just be my mom, you know what I mean? And I think she moved along with it hoping that I would get better, I would get better. Because I'm not against smoking, and I'll publicly say this, but for me, I was codependent on it. You know what I mean? There's nothing I could do without it, you know what I mean? And that's when I realized how bad my situation had got. You get your young brother look at you and say, but why do you do this? You know? And so such moments started hitting me. Like
it was medicinal for you in the negative way.
In a negative way. Yeah. So, I feel like we haven't had this conversation, Mom, but I'm happy that you never gave up on me. And mothers are special, So
absolutely.
Sixth sense.
I'm telling you. Nice. And your brothers?
Brothers, same. We joke about it now, but like we would never really, there's a huge age gap between me and my brothers. 8 years with the one that follows me, and then another 10 with the other one. So it was more of big brothers doing his thing. So we're not gonna, but
Were they?
With mom. With mom.
Are they into sports?
No. So with three of us, myself and the last born, very alike. But now he's into anime, drawing and stuff like that. So, and then the other one is pursuing being a pastor.
Oh,
wow.
He's always there. Like I would put out like a post and maybe like a song has got a cuss word and he just comment with a stick.
Your brother would call you. What's happening, bro?
What is this?
Yeah, so I'm like a first generation sports person in my family.
And so far it's going very well for you. So, what's the next step? Do you end at the Copper Queens, or there's a bigger plan?
I'll be very honest. Looking at what I've gone through, it's made me very ambitious. Because you get to a certain level and you realize, this is actually more. I would like to revolutionize sport generally here with regards to training, knowledge, helping athletes understand that for you to compete, at an international level, it takes a lot of work, but it has to be the right work, Africa, in my opinion, is not far back to competing at that level, but there's a lot that we need to start implementing now to help our sport,
Kanute says more repetition makes you a better athlete. But he says good repetition not just repetition, not just practice,
Right.
but good practice makes you a better athlete. Yeah, he's been exposed to a lot of specialists in his field,
Right.
and I would love to see you get to the levels of Mauro,
Right.
and what's his name? Rodrigo.
Professor
Yeah.
Rodrigo.
Yeah, Professor Rodrigo. But it takes hard work.
Absolutely.
Not just on the field, but also in the books. You need to put in the hours. You need to read, research, because you cannot just learn from the field. You know, the body needs to be studied. You need to know the body anatomy, and I'm happy that he's doing that. He sends me to my certificate, like when he's done with the course, then he sends it to me. Big man, I'm done with this one, so I'm on another one. You know, it's interesting. You know, like it's like a son that you never had. You know, the way he treats me, and then seeing him studying, putting in the hours. In school, it's something that gives me joy. Yeah, and him training Barbara Banda.
I was about to ask. So how is it training those fit women that look really, and they look bigger than you, obviously, right?
True.
And the most actually, she's no longer the most expensive player in the whole world.
Yes.
Because the time you started.
Yes.
She was. How was it like? And the first and the second. Please tell us, how was it like? How did you feel? Did you try to stomach issues?
No, I think so. First week when I got my appointment as the athletic coach for the Kopa Queens, we assembled with the local players. So you know, there was just this hype in camp that and for me, it was exciting because I believe, you know, when you're ambitious, there's certain things that you start doing that will either show you that you're on the right track or this is not going to work out. Because I remember the first day Barbara and Rudy came onto the pitch.
Rudy is Rachel.
So we call her Rudy.
Okay.
They walk onto the pitch and I'm thinking, because you just start thinking like, these guys are exposed to like top level type training, you know? But I was like, okay, I did my thing, and right after the session, you know, Rudy, Kundananji, and then Barbara come to me and they're like, you know what, good session, coach, and they leave, and I'm like, okay, it was a good session, maybe that means I'm doing something right, you know. And second day, before we train, they're like, coach, make sure I can kaleche munga. So I was like, I'm in now. I'm in. But the feedback I was getting every session was, you know, what you're doing is exactly what we do at the club. So I was like, oh wow, you know, that means I must be doing something right, you know.
No one or two things.
Truly. So, and to my knowledge, the girls were honest enough to say because they didn't have a physical coach, and I must say it's an honor and privilege for me to be the first Zambian to be appointed as the physical coach for the women's football team. So for them it's something exciting because I mean they would go through their paces, but now it's more specific because they have a coach who can, you know, just specialize and do that for them. So from there it's just been an incredible experience.
Nice. Who's the loudest of them all?
Kundananji. You know Kundananji is there because she'll come with the boombox, you know. She's there dancing before the session. She's high-fiving everyone, you know. She'll be there calling, Nora, you know, like such things. Like she's such a high person. Her energy is contagious. It's absolutely contagious. Loudest player.
How is it like, you say, after a good game, they won, and now you go to, you're getting into the, what's this?
The bus or
the
dressing room.
Yeah, bus, dressing room. Yeah. How's the atmosphere in
there? So the way it is, the setup for the Kopa Queens is the coaches, we don't go into the dressing room, but you can most definitely hear the noise, cheered on by Rudy, of course, and it's crazy. You would need earplugs in the bus because the noise is from the stadium right to the hotel, and they'll sing all the way until they get to their rooms. It's indescribable.
Nice. Oh, it's interesting. Interesting.
So would you say the accident actually set you up to end up where you are here?
I would say yes, because imagine my dream was to play football and also represent my country at an international level. And being able to do it in a different capacity but within the same sport for me shows that, you could have one plan, but it still works out in a different way,
Right.
or better, because I'm fairly young. I get the
What is
opportunity.
very young?
I'm in my 30s now. So.
Yeah.
Are those football age?
No, I never actually. I never actually. I don't hide my age. Really. I'm 32, and
You've got no reason to
yeah,
hide your age or to change.
or to change. So it's
But I'll come for you if you change.
definitely. So I'm a 90s baby.
Come on.
So
At least you're not a tupin.
You know what I mean?
not a two-pin, eh? So yeah, it's being a coach at this age, and you get to realize, wow, I'm like doing this with top level coaches that have done it, players. Like he played the game, and being on the technical bench with him for me was amazing. I still look back at some of the pictures, and I'm like, because I used to call him, I was like, I was sitting with Didier and JBK, Joe was incredible.
How's your temper now?
Oh, that's one
Especially
thing.
when you lose.
So when I used to play football, I was a pepperweight. So because I was very quick, so I would get tackles, and physically I would not be able to react. So I was always a hothead with my mouth.
Yeah.
And then when I got into the game, that had not changed much when I was on the technical bench. So if an official makes a call I don't like, I would react. And I remember he would always sit and look at me and just all the time would actually tell me after the game. And I say, how much? So why? Is it going to change the official decision? So slowly I started, taking a bit of reflection on how I conduct myself and just understanding that the game comes with what do they say? A win, a lose, and
some, you lose some.
It's helped me a lot, other than losing a little bit of hair now. But I think I'm more.
Yeah, it's welcome.
I am more calm. I wouldn't say I'm in a good place, but I'm getting better, because sometimes there's some calls where you're just like, we are with FIFA. Much better.
It's the way I remember. I've forgotten which game was it when you lost it. I just saw you going straight to the official. Coach Carlos was with you, and Coach Francis.
Yeah.
These guys went straight to the official. And then I was like, these guys, they want to get banned. The way they just stormed. It was something they lashed at the official, and it was crazy. It was crazy. It was Nkwazi game, the one which we won 3-1.
Yes.
When Sosola's goal, they wanted to disallow it.
It's the detail for me. We won 3-1. We won Sosola. It was at the 15th minute, I remember.
It was interesting, and his temper. If I don't know if you've heard of Gattuso, General Gattuso.
Yes.
Gattuso now says, I don't know why the current players, we are from losing a match. They're on their phones taking selfies, laughing all apart. So he says, how do you explain that? And how do you even get to a space where you've lost but you're happy?
Right.
And then I could see him behaving the opposite from the current players. So I was like, I should have gone to Italy and work with Gattuso. Because this guy would just be... Okay, but it was good for me because I was experimenting on him.
Right.
He was my my case study, Yeah. So, but today seeing him, I'll always say this. I am proud to see how he's turned his life around. But you have to continue studying.
Right.
Father.
Okay.
So so now I get why you said when you just walked in, what are you wearing? What are you hiding? So now I get which leg was it, the left or the right?
My left.
The left.
Yeah, so my entire left side is my weaker side because I pretty much stand mostly on my right, so all my weight compensates.
Okay, and you balance like that properly?
Pretty much. It's bearable now, but like with strength training, I think I'm much better. Built a little bit of muscle around my knees. So
Okay.
I'm not a cripple.
No.
If that's what you ask.
You know.
This is a personal question.
Right.
Young man, handsome young man. Now, at least people are seeing you on TV, coaching the Kopa Queens, the most happening team actually at the moment in our country. And even at Kafio Celtics, you are coaching the likes of Kangwanda.
Yeah.
Good players. It should go down in your CV that Kangwanda was second or third top scorer that season?
He was second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made him to be super fit. It should go down from Mugalu to Kangwanda. It should go down in your CV. But now, with all this profile, how has it been when it comes to the other gender throwing themselves at you? How has it been?
Well, if I'm
It's
to be
personal,
honest,
it's undiluted, but
It's undiluted.
you can choose not to answer, but
I think I am so obsessed with the game that they do inbox, the DMs can be crazy sometimes, but it's just trying not to be something at me. On a personal level, my dad had 15 kids.
Okay.
So growing up, I always told myself, like, I don't want to go down that path. And I can share this because even before he passed, he always used to remind me, just say, you know what, just stick to what will work, just have one family and your life will be less complicated. So
don't multiply.
Don't go out there and go crazy. So the ladies do holla. And if I am to be honest, at the moment, yes, I am single, but I am not looking. Because
it's complicated.
It's not complicated, but there is someone. And
They are not single.
I'm not single in that I am, but then I'm not married.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. You're a conflicts, baby. You're not the boyfriend girlfriend type of arrangement.
Yes.
I know the person is saying
Right.
she's a good lady.
Okay.
Yeah, very good. It's just good that they've opened their doors for me to walk in at any time and just to sit down with them sometime. How's your cat?
Fat.
What?
Fat. Living a better life than I do. So
Is it a black fat cat?
looks exactly like Garfield.
Oh, serious?
Lazy, sleeping. So I've got a pet cat.
Okay.
That's why he's asking about
The cat.
Yeah. No, but I the way you've managed your life in terms of at home and work is something that is commendable. And so on this one, what would you advise the clubs and others who would want to venture into your field?
You have to be ready to learn. I think that's the first thing because the game is evolving almost every day. You have to have an open mind to learn and to also evolve the right way. I remember I've worked with very rigid coaches. I'll be very honest about this. That would never even allow me to have a session. It was just after warm up, stretch the players, and then you're not doing any conditioning. You're not doing any of that. So it requires a lot of patience. And when you're young, he knows in the game there's always this stereotype that there's nothing that you know about the game. So stuff like that. But you have to be patient as well. You have to put in the work, be consistent, and it does pay off. It does pay off, because if I'm to look back now, it's probably taken me a decade to get to where I am today. But like if I was to be told back then, like, this is how long it was going to take, I'd have probably given up. So yeah, it's a lot of work, dedication, and consistency. Yeah.
Nice.
As cliche as that sounds, that's
the truth.
Like a booger.
Nice. Hey, Richard, you have a very interesting story. And thank you for sharing with us.
No, appreciate.
So I've got a program, a mentorship program that is called the Second Lap. Second Lap mentorship program. So is you are next on that program, just to share this that you've shared with everyone. But there we have a lot of superstars who were superstars in the first lap, and then they lost it. Some to doping, some to accidents via car or whatever. But we are offering a second lap to these athletes, like we did with him. We sit down, we just hear their pain, and then we make them come out from that pain and start using their pain into positive, just to advocate for fair play, integrity, respect, hard work, and excellence in sport. So that's what we're doing on the Second Lap mentorship program. So he's been through it all, and then I would not love. He's my son.
I'm telling you, you're coming.
Yeah, I'm coming. So we'll be having the next session very soon, because it's global.
Yeah.
So we usually have the Zoom sessions. But when I go to a country where the guys are, we do sit down and then we record and do stuff like that. It is a very good program, and so we're sharing it on the Undiluted Sports Podcast, because we need people to realize that as human beings, we err every day.
Absolutely.
But your mistakes should not define you.
Absolutely.
You have to always make sure that you come out from that deep, dark hole. There's more to life than just the shame, the long walk. How do they call it? The walk of shame. The walk of shame. So we are trying to do that, and I'm happy that he talks about it freely. And he makes me emotional sometimes when he texts me or he calls me to start talking about his mental state and how he was and who he is today. So yeah, it's good. It's good, young man. And I'm having you in the next session. I'm going to introduce you to the superstars. Nice. Imagine people who have been to the Olympics, minting gold medals, but then they ended up losing it because of some mistakes. But they're still human beings.
Right.
The consequences will come, but we need to safeguard their life. Their mental state, we have to make sure that they're okay. That's my job. Yeah.
And you do it well.
Yeah, we try. Yeah, with people like him, you, Bugsy, my friend from Old, you've always been there supporting from the background.
100%.
And the big man, Chick, behind everything, is don't forget Upalo, the crazy one.
Come on now.
Yeah, so no, it's good. It's good, guys, that we are doing this. Undiluted. We share everything. We err every day, man. Because even from here, obviously I'm going to make a mistake, but I should not be judged by that. And it should not define me.
Richard Sakala, fitness coach for the Copper Queens.
The guru himself.
Thank you so much for coming through and sharing your story. Thank you for sparing your time.
Thank you for having me.
All day, every day. We can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, proud of you, man. Proud of you.
The Undiluted Sports Podcast. Catch us on YouTube as well as all other platforms. We are here at Mkango Golfview Hotel. Great place right at Munali Roundabout. Yep, so if you're coming in from out of town or you're flying out, this is a convenient place for you to be. So yeah, come through, man. This is where you will find us every week. We are here. I am Bugsy Zimandola the King.
Take us out, man.
I'm always outside when it pop off. Ain't a thing you can tell me, fuck off. And we got it from here, you can knock off. To the daytime, rest room, bagosh. Umuponda muni pere katini. Paretasha poko jwale pundiri la palafini. Tikite, gatini lo futinga alatini. Stand on business, squatter.